Hello, I'm Sebastian Duarte, and my partner for my bioethics project is Ethan Gagula. The question we chose to answer was how private should your genetic information be? And although this may seem to be a simple question to answer, it has multiple parts to it. But before we get into this, what exactly is your genetic information? Your genetic information, simply put, is what makes you, you. Everything from the color of your eyes to the height you'll grow to is determined by this. On the negative side of things, it can also influence what diseases you may be more prone to, like certain cancers. That's what makes your genetic information so special. To fully understand this topic, we must know the information relevant to it. An article made by U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission states that for an employer to refuse to hire an applicant because her grandmother has breast cancer and the employer is afraid that the applicant will be diagnosed with breast cancer, causing the employer's health insurance to increase. This is one negative that sharing your genetic information can do. With your genetic information, companies might want to discriminate you because you may come to them as more of a liability. Moreover, even if your genetic information is maintained private, that doesn't mean it's safe. A news article made by TechCrunch.com says that on Friday, genetic testing company 23andMe announced that hackers accessed the personal data of 0.1% of the customers, or about 14,000 individuals. Just because you put your genetic information in the hands of a company or sign that checkbox on a form to keep your information private doesn't mean you will end up with your genetic information having been private. These hackers could end up leaking the information or selling it to major companies, like insurance companies, for profit. But on the flip side, although all we've said happens to be negatives, giving up your genetic information isn't all downsides. Your genetic information could be used to help you treat diseases. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute share that genetic therapies that are in development could treat or cure other inherited disorders. This goes to show that giving up your genetic information isn't all that bad. Anyways, the group of people who would be affected by this would be those giving up their DNA to corporations like an ancestry kit, or just donating it. With all that evidence, a major question arises, and it's whether it's fair to have your genetic information private. And to that, I say it very much is fair to have your genetic information private. When it comes to giving up your genes to a major corporation or the government, it's only fair that you get to have privacy, so none of the negatives previously stated don't happen. You don't want to be denied a job just because you were born with certain genes that you donated. It's essentially racism, but with DNA. You can't control what race you are, nor your DNA. Now, another question comes up. Does it respect all people? And that's where it, yet again, goes further than just a yes or no question. Now, it depends if you want to have it public or not. It isn't fair that your genetic information be private, even if you want it to be public. So, in short, I say that it depends on who you're talking to. Now, to back that up, what best will minimize potential harm to individuals while maximizing benefits for society as a whole? The answer this time is relatively simple. All you have to do is give people the option to make your genetic information available publicly. However, laws could be made that you don't have to be forced to make your information public for said entity to give you their services. All in all, we believe that it is better for your genetic information to remain private than to have it publicly available.